Hey guys, I'm back with a process video, but this will be a traveler's notebook, and I'm really trying to balance my traveler's notebook and my project life process videos because I know there's a lot of you who message me on Instagram to do more traveler's notebook process videos. So here's one for you, for those of you who are traveler notebook fans. So I decided to do half of this video real time and then the other half, depending how much I talked in real time. If I only talked for like 5 minutes, then I'll just do the process video or the process part in real time, because I really want to discuss on something that I feel like a lot of us feel on certain days. If you're like me, who do a entry per day in your traveler's notebook, and there are days where you just don't feel like writing at all, but you still want a little bit of some type of topic or something that has writing in it, but just not your own. You just don't feel like thinking too much about your layout for that day. So what I like to do is, whenever I do typing for my project life and I accidentally mistype something and I try to do it over and over, for example, this vellum sheet, you can see I was trying to type the same thing over and over again because I accidentally pressed the wrong key, which happens to me a lot and I really hate it, but it happens. And sometimes I throw this away. I would throw it away, but lately I'm like, you know what, this would look great as part of a background. It's okay to have, if you have a typewriter and you always mess up like I do, it's okay to keep that piece and use it as a background later in your traveler's notebook or project life or whatever project you're going to do. So I decided to use it in this layout. This floral is actually from Amy Tan's Stitch collection, and I just cut out some parts so it's not, it was a rectangle, but I didn't want it to stick it as a rectangle because there's already a rectangle shape in this layout. So I just cut some parts of it so the bigger flowers are shown. So I thought this would look really great on this layout. So I also did rip this paper from Teresa Collins' old collection, I believe called Far and Away, and it has like a little bit of a script design on it, so I'm just going to use this part and put it on top. So what I like to do is sometimes, like for instance, this side of the page, I was really lazy, as you can tell, but I like to always have some kind of topic to talk about or to show in my traveler's notebook. And as you can see, the colors that I used behind the actual packaging, because the packaging is very dark, I actually use brighter colors to bring it out just a little bit. And since this side has brighter colors, I wanted to do a neutral color on this side. So just a little sneak peek, because I haven't posted photos of some of my entries. So if I want to do a 2-page layout, I always keep the same color scheme. And then, for example, this one's a really good one. As you can see, here's another brighter side. And then this one is very neutral, very, a lot of browns, whites, blacks, yellows. So that's what I like to do in my traveler's notebook. And of course, if there's a layout like this one that I just, when I look at it afterwards and it's like, I don't really like it, but whatever, I try to make the opposite side a lot better so it still keeps either myself or some other person who's going through my traveler's notebook to continue looking through my traveler's notebook. Because there are some pages in here that are very like very plain, and it makes me want to stop flipping it or looking through it. But when you actually have a page, or when I actually have a page that looks good, it makes me keep going. So that's just how I think when I do my traveler's notebook. So since I'm already at 5 minutes, I might as well just do the process video, the rest in real time, and I hope this won't turn out 20 minutes like I did last time. So I don't think this is going to take me long because, like I said, I'm not going to write anything, and I do have a quote that I picked out from an old Cosmo Cricut, which I will be using this one later on. So let me glue these parts real quick. And if you're curious, this paper is from an old basic grade collection called Highline. So I don't know if you'll be able to find it online. I did buy it from photobella.com, but I don't think they have it anymore. And like always, I try to show a little bit of the craft around my page. But there are some days where I do color the full page with paint, with my acrylic paints. And since this particular vellum is going to be covered up, because sometimes when you use these glue tape, like dot types, you can see it through when you paste it, depending on the paper actually too, when you think about it. But for this one, since it's going to be covered up, I don't mind at all. And this has to be one of my favorite floral papers from Emmy Tan Stitch collection. Let me take this clip out first. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with my base, and I know for a fact that I'm going to use this particular sticker. So if you feel like you don't want to write anything, and if you have stickers that have some type of quote, then stick with that. Or even stamping. If you have a stamp set that has some kind of quote and you don't feel like writing, but you want to have a particular topic, use it. And so I need a place to put my date and all that. But I would like to put it here, but I know it's going to blend into the script paper, so I'm just going to use this tape here. Okay, so I did cheat just a little bit. So off camera, I did do the stamping, and I added this strip from Cosmo Cricut. And I did a little bit of stamping, which is one of my favorite floral stampings that I got in a Michael's grab bag. So the last part that I'm going to do is add maybe just one sticker. I'm not sure if I'm going to add 2 or 3 because it might overwhelm the page. So I have these 2 sticker sheets that I got in the Philippines while I was living there when I went to med school there for a year. And I was deciding between the 2 because I like how this one has neutral colors, not very bright, because that's what my page is not a very bright page. And however, I do like this one too because I know this is going to sound a little bit it kind of sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but sometimes I do like to have one pop of color in a neutral page, and I like these teal colors. And for those of you, my fellow Pinoys or Filipinos that do comment on my videos where I get my stuff and send me Instagram messages, I'm gonna this may sound a little bit weird for you non-Filipinos, but I'm going to speak a little bit Tagalog for my fellow Pinoys. So binili ko ang mga ito sa National Bookstore sa Ayala sa Cebu. Maghanap para sa Craft Easy, which is this one, and then or Hallmark, which is this one. So para sa akin ito ay the best ones. Maga Oh my gosh, sorry. My Tagalog is magabago na natagpuan ko habang nakatira doon. So I just, for those of you who do go to the Philippines or plan to travel there and you still want to do scrapbooking over there, I just pretty much said for my Filipinos that I usually buy my scrapbook items from National Bookstore in Ayala, which is a mall. And but there's Ayala malls everywhere in Cebu. I mean, not Cebu, in the Philippines, but I particularly went to the one in Cebu, and these are like the two brands I would always look for: Craft Easy and Hallmark. So they usually have really great stuff, especially Hallmark. They usually have a lot more scrapbook stuff compared to other craft items that you'll find in the Philippines. So anyways, back to the process. So I decided not to use this because it's too bright. So I do use, or I do want to use this butterfly here. And then add it just a little bit here, covering just a portion of that stamp. And that is pretty much it for this layout. Simple. So it's okay, don't beat yourself up if you don't feel like writing in your traveler's notebook. But if you have stickers or stamps that have quotes and you want to still keep a theme to it in your layout, just use that. So anyways, I hope you guys like this process video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.